Let's rock. Play with it right there. Take it over there. Yeah, take it over there. Play with it. You don't want to play with it? Do you want to play with it? Well, go sit down if you don't want to play with it. If you want to play with it, go play with it. You don't want to play with it? No. Oh.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return. This one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141 and a half. On the crossing route, complete. That's Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you're the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Jackson now going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But depending on the team, they'd call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Colby Listenby, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0.
What's going on, lady?
Hello?
Now McManus on to kick this one off.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I'm like sitting in Starbucks.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Well, you good? Well, give me a call when you get done. I just fired this up. I was gonna call you after this.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Over! All right, here we go.
And they'll run it here. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Detroit! Now let's go! Green!
From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And he'll go on the ground. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Set. Green, 39.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Set. Green, 19.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
He can run for it, and he will. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Jackson on 1st down. A deep ball for Dotson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Give me that.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it go again. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd down, here's an option. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Now, superstar trait. That nigga be getting broke up all the time. He ain't tripping. Get him on out.
Completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now we give to Taylor. Finding room to the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
Certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
There it is.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this ball will be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So there you go, partner. How about that?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That will tie the all-time record set by Matt Prater of the Broncos back in 2013.
And you know when Prater hit from 64? That was like breaking DiMaggio's streak or breaking the 4-minute mile of Bannister. Tom Dempsey, 63. That was a legendary number. So to top that here, even if it just ties the record, pretty darn awesome.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Colby Listenby with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Lucky 56. Here we go.
Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hurry up, here we go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Completes it right side to Dodson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw again is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm look. What? All right, never mind. Third quarter action now. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On first down, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Jackson throwing on first down. Out to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On third down, Jackson. To the left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Jackson now on second and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. And Jackson throwing once more. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 99 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Good! Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wilmer Henry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the air.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will extend this big lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
All right, here we go.
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
My, oh, my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
All right, here we go.
And they'll run it here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Denver getting set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win every game.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Denver. 53 yards.
Detroit!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Colby Listenby, 29 yards. And the Broncos add on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. Down right around the 25. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it. All those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly. And now the final moments of this one. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
All right, now
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. On third down, Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. A deep ball for Dotson. And intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
And now here's another interception. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great.